Hello everyone, welcome back to another PS5 modeling video. And in today's video, it's going to be very short, but we're going to explore two different small topics. And let's go with the first one. And the second one is something we already know from a different video. So I'll explain the first one. Basically, in the last video, I said that this PS5, I wanted to 3D print. And to do that, I want this in 3 separate pieces. So I want the actual base of the PS5, and then I want the 2 side panels. So when testing, I realized the only way to connect this is how a normal small toy is connected. So for example, I'll remove the covers, or well, the right cover at least. Oh, I just realized. So we'll name this R. I forgot to name these, so let's just name these right now. So cover L underscore 2, cover underscore L underscore 1. Alright, so we'll put both of these into the covers. And then I'll name this cover, I'll just name it L. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'll get rid of the R and I'll show you what I want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go onto this side and I'm going to do a few placements. I'm going to put two small, not too small, but I want it to be a little bit bigger than that actually. So I'll move it down and then we'll scale it like that. I think that's a good size. And then we have to copy and paste it, and I'll move it over to this side. So now we have 2 for the top, and I'm going to take these 2 again, copy and paste, and we'll bring them down to the bottom. Now for the bottom ones, I want to space them out a little more with the space I have. So I'll pull this one to the side, and I'll do the same with this one. Alright, so now what you see here are 4 circles. If you've ever seen any normal toy, maybe like a Lego brick for example, they have small tabs where you can connect things together. So I am going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to start by cutting one. I'm going to use the 4 circles. We're going to cut through this. We're going to cut through the middle part. Oh, nope. So let's select these 4 circles again. We'll cut through the middle part, accept. And let's hide the L because we also have to cut through this part here. Alright, so now what we can do is I'm going to hide all of these circles because now what I can do is I'll bring back the L1 first. What I will do is I'm going to take the 2 pieces of the left cover and I'm going to move it to the side, so about this far. Now what I can do is, actually there's one more thing before that. I'm going to make a line straight through the z-axis. And we'll move it to this side for now, just in case. Now what you see here are all the pieces of the base. I should probably rename this base underscore 4. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we need to cut out these middle portions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle portions. So the middle portions start from solid 74. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my one line and I'm going to cut, and I'm going to have to, okay, so let's do this differently because I need to find the solid 74. I'm going to hide all 3 base pieces, or all 4. Now I can take my line and I can easily cut through all of these. 1, let's take the line again. 2, take the line again. 3, and then take the line a final time. 4. So what you see here is for a specific reason. That reason being that we're actually going to move these pieces to their respective bases, or their respective covers. So I'm going to take all, I think that's 8 pieces, and we'll move it to this side where the cover is. Now I'm going to get in real close to make sure that the pieces end up touching the cover. And that assures to me that it's on the cover and will print on the cover, with the cover. So now we'll do the same thing where I'm going to bring back the left, or the right side, and all we have to do now is I'm going to select all of this and we'll move it to the side. Alright, so now because we have all of this, we can bring back the bases. And by the looks of it, all of these pieces, let's select all of these pieces. So 1, 2, 3, let's do it a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what I want to do is I'm going to move this into the right folder. Alright, and then I'll make an interior group, and I'm going to call this connections. Connections, specifically underscore R. Alright, so now I'll do the same thing where I take all of these and I'll move it into the L covers. And then now if we go into solids, we can take all of these, all group selected, and we'll name it connections underscore L. Alright, so with that, we are done with our covers. Right? This should go in here. Alright, so we're done with the covers. We're done with the connection aspect. And that was one of my main points in this video, because I wanted to make sure that this connects. Now, my theory looking at this on how the covers will stay up, because there's more space on the top covers, that means it'll be hanging on the top more. So if you push it in, then by theory, it should be able to stay on the base. Alright, so now that we're done with that, there is one more thing I want to do, and we'll come over to this side and do it. It's something we did in another video, which was the text video, if anyone watched or remembers that. I basically took a picture of something and I just modeled it using lines and we extruded it. So we're going to do the same thing with the PlayStation logo here, because there are a lot of parts on the PS5 that have the PlayStation logo on it, and I think it's definitely a big part to have when 3D modeling the PS5. So just some simple lines will do, because at the end I'm going to fillet all of this. So I'm going to zoom into some spots where I need to. So like this, and now one straight line, and then a final connection. So we have our middle portion of the PlayStation logo, and now it's just the two side pieces. So let's do this. I think you definitely have to zoom in a little bit more to make sure that it doesn't start trying to line up with parallel lines. Even though that's definitely a good tool to have right now, I don't want to go on parallel lines most of the time. And I accidentally clicked on my right mouse key. Make sure you don't click on your right mouse key, or that will just end the modeling part. So we have that one, and now we just need this final piece here. So basically what we're going to do for this is that it's practically the same thing, but I can't copy and paste it because it's different. So it's the same idea. It's just, if you didn't see, it's sort of like a elongated C shape. So it's not too hard to make. And at the end, everything will end up being filleted. All right. So now what I want to do is, I'm not sure where this went. It's in the curves. Okay. So I'm going to highlight all of these, and I'm going to I'm going to group these all, group selected items, and we're going to name this PlayStation logo, just in case we need it for some other places. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these lines, and I'm going to go into face mode, and we just have to extrude it. Okay, not that much, only a little. All right, so now we have our extruded piece of the PlayStation logo, and by my remembrance, I'm pretty sure the PlayStation logo on the PS5 is on this top left corner of the left plate. So the first thing we're going to have to do is actually we're going to have to scale this down. No, actually, let's not scale it down. I think the first thing we should do is instantly fillet it so that we get the smooth curves on it. So I'll just take all the curves on the outside, we'll fillet that. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly rounded, but I think it looks better if it's rounded. And then take this one. 1, 2. Now one thing I did learn was that, interestingly, if you take multiple lines and try to curve them, it ends up not making a curve, rather it makes a line, as you can see. But if you take only one, then it does start curving. But it's more tedious to do it with one line at a time. So for some places, I will keep the little sort of chunky, I don't know what you would call it, the blocky design. I guess that's what you would call it, blocky design. That makes sense. So we're almost done with this one. All right, and then we just got to get these top two here. All right, there we go. Now, the only thing that's left is this middle section. All right, so a few more lines left. Just these 3. Alright, so now we have all three of our PS5 logo parts. So I'm going to call this logo underscore M for middle. I'm going to call this logo underscore left. And then logo underscore right. So now we should be able to move these pieces onto the PlayStation logo or the PS5. Another thing, we can get rid of this image. We don't need it anymore. So let's take these, and on the Z look, I'll move it first to the side it's supposed to be on. And I'll move over and we'll move it one more time. And then I'm going to turn to this axis, R, X, 1, or not 180, 90. Alright, and then Y, 90. So now just scale it, move it onto the side, and then scale it, and just move it up and move it to the side. So now all we have to do is line it up with this. And I think the best way to do this is to put it into the PS5, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude it out more, and then all of those faces I'm going to rotate like that. So there we have our PlayStation logo on our PS5. Now it can definitely go other places, but for now I'm going to leave that as the first one, and we'll pull this into our let me group it first, and we'll pull this into our into our L. It should be in the L, yeah. And we'll name this PS5 logo. Alright, so with that, I've covered the two topics I needed to, and that should be all. Let me also group these ones, and we'll name it PlayStation logo. It should already be PlayStation logo. Oh, okay, I didn't need to group it. Alright, so with that, we have completed adding our PlayStation logo here. And we've also added some connection pieces to both of our side plates. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!